A very, very good evening. I have successfully reached the one-third mark of the 75 Hard Challenge today. Today is my 25th day, and it feels amazing. I cannot believe I have already crossed 25 days because this is something which I've been putting off for 3.5 years. And finally, I took the leap, and now I am on the 25th day, almost about to finish the 25th day. So, yeah, here I am to share the lessons of the day. If you are here for the first time, if you're joining this live for the first time or seeing this recording or replay for the first time, I have been doing the 75 Hard Challenge for the last 24 days, and today is 25th day. It's a mental toughness challenge where you have to uh, complete 5 tasks on a daily basis for 75 days without fail, without any adjustments, without making any compromise. So, task number one is you have to fix a diet and follow a diet. Task number two is you have to drink 3.8 liters of water daily, which is 1 gallon. Task number three is to do two workouts in a day. Each workout should be minimum 45 minutes, and one of the workouts must be done outdoors. Task number four is read 10 pages of a non-fiction book. And task number five is take a progress picture. And I have been successfully doing all these tasks for the last 24 days, and today also I'll be able to do it. So the main reason of this live is I come live and share the lessons I've learned by reading the 10 pages of the book. I thought since uh, I'm learning things, why not share it with other people who join here on the live. So that is why this live. I'm currently reading this book, Atomic Habits. Uh, I'm reading this for the first time. I have listened this as an audiobook earlier, and this time I'm reading this and also listening the audiobook simultaneously so that the learning is solid. And this is one of the very, very popular books, very powerful book. Um, and truly because there are a lot of lessons which I have been making a lot of highlights in the book, and I'm about to share the lessons with you now. The lessons of today. So this is something which what I'm about to share today is something which I learned earlier than before reading this book itself from some other source, and I have been teaching this to my clients and students in the gym, and I have created content also based on this idea. But this is a very, very powerful idea, and the way James Clear, the author of this book, has explained it uh, is really amazing and wonderful how he has uh, conveyed the idea in a clear way. Okay, so I'll try to replicate that, but I'm not James Clear, right? So there are what James is saying is there are three layers of change whenever someone wants to transform or achieve something. There are always three layers of change. It is like the outermost layer is the outcome, what you're trying to achieve. I'll take an example of fitness because I'm a fitness coach, and James also uses example of fitness. So, if you want to lose weight, if you want to lose, let's say, 10 kg of body weight, that is the outermost layer. What you want to achieve or what is your outcome. The layer number two is the one layer inside. Okay, I hope you will be able to see this. Yeah, it's visible, right? Okay. So the layer number two is the process. What are you following? What are you doing to achieve that goal? And the innermost layer is the identity. Identity is what you are becoming in the process. Okay. So he says most people uh, begin the process of change by focusing on the outer layer. So they'll set a goal, something like I want to lose 5 kg, 10 kg, something like that. Okay, but very few people will start from the inside out. Most people will start from the outside. Okay, I want to lose 10 kg. How will I do it? People will choose, let's say, I'll go for a walk, I'll go for a run, I'll fix a diet and follow the diet. That is the layer two, the process. Okay. And most people who fail will never look at the most important layer, which is the identity layer, the innermost, deepest layer. But if you start from inside out, if you start from the identity and then the process and then the outcome, how will it look? Let's say you want to lose 10 kg of body weight. Basically, you want to be fit. But if you don't change the identity, if you just rely on the process, you may achieve it. You may force yourself to follow a diet, follow your training plan, and then achieve it. And then after that, what? If your identity has not changed, if your core has not changed, you will go back to old habits, and then you will regain the weight and become that unfit person again, right? Let's say if you start from the inside out, if you change your identity, once you determine your goal, you have to assume the new identity. You want to become this fit person and think like a fit person, act like a fit person, behave like a fit person. Okay. If you just start saying that you are, start aiming at becoming this fit person. A fit person, what he generally does is he is regular to exercise is part of his lifestyle. He takes care of his diet, how much he eats and what he eats, what time he eats, and he takes care of his sleep, and that is part of his lifestyle. Okay. And if you try to if you if you target to assume this identity, that will result in a long lasting transformation. That is the idea of the uh, idea this that is the main idea of this chapter. Okay. So because if you don't change your identity, and if your behaviors are incongruent with your current identity, that will not stick for a long period of time. Okay. That is not congruent or consistent with your beliefs about yourself. Okay. Your identity is nothing but the beliefs you have about yourself, and it comes through a lot of repetition. Whatever you have been doing for so long, for months and years, that has become your belief and that has become your identity. Okay. And most cases nobody will let go of their identity, even if you have to do something good, something which is good for you, and it is not congruent with your identity, you will not be able to do it, and you will self sabotage yourself, you'll go back to your old identity. Okay. It is hard. Okay. And that is where this intrinsic motivation comes into picture. Intrinsic motivation is something, uh, a habit which is which comes from your identity. Okay. A fit person will always have this identity that I'm someone who will exercise regularly, I'm someone who takes care of his diet regularly. Okay. So that is um, the identity part. Okay. And if you just change your identity, um, everything else will change. Okay. You have to assume that, and you have to become that fit person. Only then you will be able to achieve those fitness outcomes, otherwise you'll not be able to achieve those fitness outcomes. Okay. That is the idea. Okay. And going on, he explains that your identity is also attached to your pride. You take pride in being someone, being a kind of person, and uh, behavior change is nothing but it is identity change. And you don't really need a motivation to safeguard your identity and safeguard your pride. You will fight tooth and nail to maintain your habits. If uh, if pride gets involved, your pride gets involved. Okay. So it's not about losing 10 kgs of weight, it's about becoming a fit person. And he goes on to take few more examples. It is not about reading a book, it is about becoming a reader. It is not about writing, it is about becoming a writer. Okay, so that is how um your you can achieve long lasting transformation. Long lasting transformation is nothing but change of your identity. It is about who you become in the process. Okay, and it is true in the negative sense also. If you assume this identity of an unfit person, who is always eating junk, who is not exercising, who is very sedentary, if you have that kind of identity, he will definitely be congruent with that identity and you will not be able to achieve any result. Okay, let's say, and this identity is something which is very complicated, which is almost like ingrained in your brain. uh, it is very hard to change because it happens through years and years of being someone, being certain way, doing certain things certain way. Okay, so how to change this? It is a two-step process, um, where the step number one is to fix a goal. Okay, again, as per the book, goals are for losers. You need a system. Okay, but goal will show you the direction where you want to go, and um, once you fix the goal, you know where in which direction you have to go, and then you start taking these actions and having start behaving like a person who will achieve that goal. For example, when it comes to fitness, let's say you want to lose weight and build a strong muscular six packs physique. Who will achieve that kind of goal? A person who regularly goes to the gym, who does strength training, who builds muscle, who eats high protein diet, who takes care of his calorie intake so that he is eating fewer calories than what he is spending so that he can lose that excess body fat. A person who sleeps well, sleeps at least 7 to 9 hours in a day, and a person who never misses a gym. Okay, there are so many traits or behaviors that kind of identity will bring. Okay, so you have to assume that identity, and that will happen only by repeating these behaviors and actions that will want to become your habits. If you keep on repeating again and again and again, and treat every time you change your behavior, treat every action you take as a small win. Okay, that will be very very self motivating, and this is something which I have been teaching to my clients and students for a very very long time, and it is also part of um, my self image remodeling, self image mastery uh, program which I teach in my community. Okay, so what happens is, once you start repeating these behaviors and actions again and again and again and again, it becomes part of you, it becomes who you are, right? And that will change your identity in the long run, and there is no other way you can achieve long lasting transformation. The only way to achieve long lasting transformation is by the way of changing your identity. Okay, that is a two-step process, and you have to prove it to yourself that you are this person by uh, you know registering these wins again and again and again. And what the author James Clear says that it is just like voting. Okay, if you keep on voting for this new identity by taking these actions again and again and again, it doesn't matter if you miss some time. You may miss a gym someday, you may miss your diet someday, but it is fine as long as you are voting in favor of this new identity again and again by taking those actions. Because in case of an election, the majority will always win. Okay, let's say you're someone who will most of the times go to the gym, will only rarely miss because of maybe travel or you're sick or some other reason. If you are a person who will always follow a diet, except for few occasions, maybe you go eat out sometimes, couple of times in a month, it is fine. because most of the times you are voting in favor of this new identity and voting against the old identity. Okay, and that will, uh, in the long run, ensure that your new identity wins, and you will assume that new identity, and that is what you become in the long run. Okay, so this is a very, very powerful idea which has helped me in my own transformation and a lot of my clients and students. Okay, and if you're someone who wants to transform yourself, I will highly recommend you join my community, Stronger Men Club, which is a community dedicated to men, where the mission of the community is to help men break out of average and become physically, mentally, and spiritually stronger to excel in all areas of your life and become someone who you are really proud of. Okay. And if you're interested to know about the community, uh, on the Instagram, there is a link in the bio, which will take you to this WhatsApp group where it's just the link name is the Stronger Men Club Preview. You can go and uh, become part of this WhatsApp community, where I'll guide you how you can become part of the community. Okay. And if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, leave a comment uh, saying SMC, Stronger Men Club, and I will directly send you a message with the invitation link to join the WhatsApp community. Okay. So thank you so much for joining this live and spending your valuable time with me here. I'll be back with another live tomorrow, and most probably for the next 50 days, as long as I'm in this 75 head challenge, and come and share all the lessons I'm learning by reading all these great books. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.